Your face will get stuck.
Your face will get stuck. So have you ever heard that? Like, I remember, I don't know, my mom, I think it was more my aunt than my mom, but would say, like, when you're making a funny face or crossing your eyes or
yeah,
something.
stop doing that. Your face will get
crossing
stuck.
your eyes.
Yeah.
Your
Stop it. Your face will get stuck. And so it's probably not the best title, but basically...
It makes sense now to me.
Yeah, when you read the context. So the idea is, so in ministry, and like if you think of business or whatever, and I know ministry and business are not the same thing at all, but if you're thinking of running a ministry, then... and we believe in following the Word of God, and a lot of people are against, like, quote-unquote programs. They're like, we don't have programs. So... I don't know what to say about that, except that I believe that systems, when you have systems in place, I know that this applies like in work for sure. And even in your guys' work, you guys have systems that you follow, right? And so systems is what makes us successful. So that's how we plan meetings, how we communicate. And so they're kind of like the structure or the skeleton behind the scenes is systems that we have in place. But if you don't know why you do something, and I think that this is like preaching to me, this podcast, as much as anybody, because I think that I can be guilty of bringing in new people and they don't know why we do anything, or why we do a certain thing, not anything, but why we do things this certain way. And so if we don't know why and we just become a slave to the system itself, the structure, then we risk becoming like stagnant, or we don't grow, or we don't innovate. And so I've mentioned this a few times lately, but the quote, "We've always done it this way," is, I believe that's okay, but that shouldn't be the reason why you do it this way. Is because we've always done it that way, and that's just the reason why. And so it doesn't mean it's the right way. And then I wrote something here, but often bad habits or broken systems can sneak in quietly and they linger going unnoticed. And this is where the face getting stuck idea came from, is that I think that sometimes we can start doing something that's a bad habit and it seems innocuous. It seems like it doesn't matter, but it compounds, and it makes things worse and worse, right? Like if you just look at our messy backstage right now, it's because we're in a transition, and it's like, we'll fix it when we get our new theme, but it's worse than it should be.
Yeah.
And so
agreed.
So anyway, that's just kind of the idea, and then I guess on the flip side too is you can also build small habits that seem like they're nothing. This is where, like, Pastor is so good at this, is like there's little things. It just seems like it doesn't make a difference, but when you do it every single day for a year, it makes a huge difference.
Is that the compound effect?
That is, yes. Yeah. And there's a really good book by Darren Hardy
called The Compound Effect.
Yes. And talks about that.
I think that you can, like, with the compound effects, like, you can do the little habits that, are beneficial in the tiny things, but I think that it works the other way too.
Oh yeah.
Is that you can do tiny things that can be detrimental over time.
They compound
that can
over
reduce
time.
That can reduce something that was great.
Yes.
Into
absolutely.
something that is mediocre.
Yeah, and that's where I think if we start, skipping steps, then I talk about this all the time, but things naturally deteriorate.
Right.
And so when you start skipping steps in a system that is made to make things grow and move forward, then things will start to deteriorate and downfall.